this is Vicki, also known as DragonflySoars.
I'm Tiffany, also known as MojaveKnitter.
And it's about 7 p.m. on Sunday the 29th that we're recording. So we've got stuff to show you from, well, mostly from Christmas. So we figured we'd try and get another quick one in. She leaves early tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
I'm getting up, not changing my clothes, dropping her off, and going back to bed. So, you want to share these since you talked about finished objects that you couldn't show?
Ha! I did. Look, I knitted her socks.
Nobody's ever knit socks specifically for me before.
Yeah, these are, it's Laura Linneman pattern called Pink Chocolate. Don't remember the yarn. Well, it's called koi, goldfish, but I don't remember the brand name, but it is.
It's on her Ravelry page.
No, actually it's not because I didn't remember and I have to like dig for the tag. Still have the little band. So.
You didn't put the stash in your Ravelry?
No, I'm not always good with the stashing of my yarn. I'm kind of half and half.
Oh. I'm not, it depends. Like I'll be like really good and then I have like,
yeah.
I'll do like knitting in the mitten and I go,
It's kind of like, I don't know if this one got added or not, actually, this particular yarn, but yeah.
So you might recognize the yarn because last week we talked about the preemie hat she made, and the preemie hat was made out of this yarn.
Yep.
Which actually explains it, because when I looked up the preemie hat to make the show notes, I didn't know what yarn to put either.
Yep.
So I just linked to your project page and figured it was your problem. So, and I actually gave away one of my finished objects, which was Rock's Strata gloves, designed by Josh, who is also Sort of a Knitter from the Sort of a Knitter podcast. I don't remember what his designer name is. It's like Geonitrix or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's about right.
I will post pictures of those at the end, because once again, in order to get both of us in the frame, the camera has to be far away, so it's too hard to do the pausing.
Yeah, and I also, there's the mitts that I made for the kid, AJ.
Yep.
So, and those they're not really a pattern. I kind of used the numbers off of the tin can knits, but since I made them much longer than he wanted, I just used the numbers for like circumference type sizing. Yeah,
she made him, he wanted basically like gauntlet mitts because he wanted them for while he was playing video games, because he said his arms get cold but he still needs his hands free. So he actually specifically requested knitting. So
I did.
So they go from here up to about here. So, and he wore them quite a bit. So not so much here because here it's warm, but he made sure they went back because he wanted them at Mom's house.
Good. So there will be pictures of those as well.
Yep. And then I did finish my Starving Artist hat. This is the hat I showed you that I had started, and it fits well. Even though when I first put it on, nobody said anything. You all kind of went, "It's a hat."
Well, it is. It's a hat. It looked like it's supposed to. I mean, it didn't look horrible.
Just if one person had said, "Oh, that looks nice," but nobody did. Everybody said it's a hat. Thank you. Anyway, I have been assured since that it looks cute. Because especially since I put it on without looking in the mirror, I really wanted some validation, and nobody's anything nice. But that's my Starving Artist hat. That's also a Laura Linneman design. And this was Taki Yarn Tango, which is discontinued. And I finished, this is from Shulana, and it's mostly finished. All the ends are inside because I don't have a big enough tapestry needle to do the bulky yarn here. When I did that one, I did it at Mom's house.
Oh, okay.
So
I might have one in my notions bag.
I have, tapestry needles, but not big ones. Mm. So this is the Daisy Cloche by somebody. I will put it in the show notes. I do not remember at the moment. It's actually supposed to be on size 11 needles, and I didn't know where my size 11s were, so I did it on 10 1/2s, which normally, because I have a small head, works out fine. It's a little snug, but the more I've been wearing it and futzing with it, the more it's fitting better. So I think once I get the ends woven in, if I actually block it and stretch it just a little bit, it'll probably be fine. So, I mean, you don't want it too much looser anyway, or it won't stay put. So.
Yeah.
So this was from the yarn is Shulana, and I bought it when I was in Switzerland the second time, when I went all by myself on the train and through the rain, and
Yeah.
and the nice lady let me stay in the yarn shop for a little bit while it dried off. This was from her. All right.
Oh, I have. It's a mostly done sweater.
Considering it, I mean, you were far on it the last time we showed it, but you weren't done.
No, really, it just needs to be blocked, and then I've woven in all the ends, but not all of them. They're not
Trimmed.
Yeah, so it needs to be blocked and ends trimmed. So, and actually, really, just I want to block it more to soften up the Noro. So.
Yeah.
And loosen up the sleeves a little bit. They're
Well, and it's also just bunchy because you've been futzing, you were sewing things down and...
Yeah. So, and this is the first time I've ever added ribbon to the button band. It's not the prettiest. It's my first time I've ever done this. But, I did it. So...
You're twisting it so much they won't be able to see it.
Well,
You're futzing.
It's not pretty.
No, I meant even the sweater.
Oh, yeah. Rebutton
Because I don't have a picture of it finished, so...
Yeah, I took a picture. It's not the best picture.
Yeah. And now that it is late, I won't be able to get a decent picture of any of her stuff because it's too dark outside and there's no place inside that really has good lighting. And she'll be gone long before the sun comes up.
Yeah, I took a couple of quick pictures when I was still at Mom's house this morning. They're on Instagram right now, and that's it. So, because I wasn't going to do a final photo until it's like done.
Yeah.
But
well, and then hopefully you can find somebody to take a picture with you in it too.
Yeah, I did take one with me in it, but again, it's a mirror picture.
I've got those too.
And it's, again, it's not the best picture because you don't quite see the sweater. But anyway, so it fits.
It's cute.
And well, I did the ribbon band because it's you can see it in the picture of the pattern that it really pulls on the buttons. So that's why I did it. I mean, it has helped.
Yeah.
When you still wear it, it still kind of pulls. And I think it's just, it's a sideways knit and with a garter button band.
Yeah, it's going to pull sideways because that's the way the fabric's.
Yeah, so, but I'm sure it would pull way more if I didn't do it. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, I finished another sweater. And it does have the turquoise teal in it.
Yep.
By the way.
So it counts for December. Yep. Just in time. Yep. You have to post it.
Yeah, I know.
The turquoise will be done as of, when I get up January 1st and wake up and block it.
Yeah.
So, and then we will start.
I will have a day and a half.
Yep. And then, so we'll have, and then we'll start the inspiration along, which I've had some people volunteer to donate things. Java Pearl, who is CC Allman, is donating a pattern. I've got some things lined up, but I haven't ordered them yet. Like, I know what they are, but I haven't bought them.
Mom has something.
Yeah, she's got something for the comfort shawls. But I just got an email today from Rosary Realm, who has the Rosary Realm Etsy shop, and she's donating 4 sets of stitch markers for the January-February time frame. So she donated one that matches the winter theme, one that matches the Valentine's theme, and 2 for the Snuggles charity, which will start January 1st. So starting January 1st, you can do Snuggles. So I've got a whole bunch of threads to open up and and get posted. But and then MISIM, Susan or Suzanne, she is donating a $10 pattern prize for every block. So she donated 6 prizes $10 worth of Ravelry patterns. You can do one $10 one, or, you know, patterns up to $10. So she's donating one for each block for each of the charity giveaways. So we are starting to get some things lined up. One of the things that I'm going to be giving away that I haven't ordered yet, I got this in a box that I'm going to show you, but I thought it was really cool. It is a snowflake needle gauge.
Oh, that's what that is. I was looking at it going, what is that?
Yeah, it's a needle gauge. It goes from 00 to size 17. So I already have in my cart a snowflake one and a heart one from this person.
For the
January, February, because I thought it was winter and Valentine's.
And then speaking of January knitting, I showed these last time. There's a little more progress. My Felici stripy socks.
Yeah, and I've got more progress on my stripy sock too, because we went to go see 47 Ronin yesterday. So I did almost 2 inches, because I was right about where this blue stripe, dark blue stripe ends. So
I don't know where I was on mine. I just know I needed more on it.
yeah.
And then I have a planned project, sort of planned. It got semi-lost here. It fell out of my bag, and then it didn't make it with me to Mom's house. But this is my knit group. We do a white elephant thing for our annual holiday party, Christmas party.
But they do a nice white elephant.
Yes, it just needs to be knitting related. And then all the other rules of white elephant apply. But, well, what I had originally got stolen, and then I decided, and I looked at this yarn, and I was like, that would really be really good yarn for January.
I'm guessing that not everybody knows what a white elephant is, especially since we have people from all over.
Yeah.
White elephant, everybody brings one present. And then what you do is you draw, everybody has a number, and you go in order, and the first person gets to pick a present and unwrap it. The next person can either steal from that person or pick another present and unwrap it. The third person can steal from either person or pick another one. And if your present's stolen, you get to either steal or pick again. And it goes all the way around, and then usually the person who is number one gets to go again.
Basically, you get to decide if you want to give up your gift, you can, and then go steal somebody else, or you could just stick with what you have.
Yeah, and we did one for work, and it was supposed to be kind of goofy stuff.
And usually white elephant is, you find stuff that you just don't want in the house anymore. Which is what I brought to her. White elephant, although I brought actually a nice thing.
Yeah, you did.
And the gal that got it, she seemed very happy with it. So yay, it went to a happy home. But for us, it's always knitting related. So we do yarn, project bags, notions, whatever. So this is Madeline Tosh, the Tosh sock, the 100% superwash in winter solstice. And I got beads, so I'm going to do a beaded shawl of some kind. But it'll be very wintry looking.
Yep.
So, January.
Yeah, and I was going to use this as an example to talk about. This fiber is Spunky Eclectic. The colorway is Beach Day. Well, now I was doing it because it's December and it has turquoise. But if I don't finish it, I could also say that the blue and the white reminds me of winter colors. Or say I finished it in, I think, June, July, whatever one has the beach scene. I could say, well, its name is Beach Day, so I called it.
There you go.
So all you have to, or you could save it for green because it has green blotches and say it reminds you of St. Patty's Day. So you can really kind of play with stuff. You just have to explain it.
Exactly.
And I am spinning this, and I'll show a picture of the spun singles. It's on the wheel, and I'm not pulling it off.
It's over there.
So.
And she was spinning earlier, so.
Yep. I also, in the mail, I got, this is from Dizzy Color. They are doing a Sunnydale Yarn Club, which is a Buffy reference. So right now this series is all going to be season 1. So this is called Leader of the Pack, which is an episode where Xander and several other people fall into with the hyenas and start to become hyenas.
Watch that episode.
Yeah. So, and this actually, I had a picture, and I have a picture that I will post that has the inspiration photo she had.
Oh, okay.
I just don't. Oh, it's here, but you can't see it anyway from that part.
I can see it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's kind of his sweater and the hyena colors and.
Yeah, all right.
So, and then it came with a little stitch marker on the back.
Okay.
So that came in the mail. Also in the mail, and I promised the people that did the 30-day sweater also do New Stitch a Day, and they are starting something called Yarn Club. And they have things that are called Awesome Boxes, and they also are going to have other Yarn Club shipments that are not in the Awesome Box, so they'll actually cost a little less. But they're all different. Now, I just ordered this one because I was on basically a virtual knit night with them, and they were showing the box, and they showed the yarn. They didn't show the goodies in it, and I just thought it was really cool. It's Johnny and Lacey are the two people that do it, and Johnny's brother, affectionately called Bobbert, actually makes the little crates.
Oh, okay.
So they're a limited number because it's what he can do. And so it's yarnclub.net, and I have pictures of when I opened it, but when I opened it, the little extras were wrapped in brown paper packaging with strings.
Oh.
So it comes with 2 yarns. These are both from Knit Circus. They're made to coordinate, and it's full of little cardboard doodads. But this one's a gradient, and this one's just a solid. And it came with this little book, which has information on each of the suppliers, essentially. And it comes with patterns for the 2 yarns.
Oh, nice.
There's a cowl and a hat.
Matches your fiber that you're spinning right now, too.
Yeah, it does. And then this one came with the needle gauge snowflake, and the needle gauge snowflake is from 7 Yaks Design. The yarn is from Knit Circus. The stitch markers are from Heidi and Lana.
Those are nice.
And then there is this is a lotion bar that says I didn't win.
Oh, sad face.
That was and this is a lotion bar. So and then in this little pamphlet, it tells you about each of the people, their store, where they're from. Knit Circus is actually from Madison, which I didn't realize.
Oh. No.
And on the back, there's links to their websites, and on some of them there's discount codes. So it came with a lot of information, and it was just a very cute presentation. I really, really liked it. And then this little thing that Tiff was looking at, one of the boxes wins something. I don't even know what it was that they won. But I did not win, but it does give me a free class at the Yarn Craft Academy, which is also by the New Stitch a Day people. So, and actually the New Stitch a Day, that Johnny does most of the teaching of the stitches on the YouTube videos.
Okay.
And he does a nice job. So I really like that.
Well, we could show
Christmas presents?
Yeah, at least some of them. I didn't bring out the pattern.
Oh, the patterns kind of goes with it, but that's okay.
Well, I'll take a picture of it.
Okay. Well, and I could probably find something too.
Yeah. She got me this. It's a lot of yarn.
And she was excited enough about the yarn until she realized what it was.
Yeah. So you take this yarn and you make knee-high socks, but they have it where it's set up because it's actually 650-gram skeins of all these colors. And you make Doctor Who the 4th Doctor scarf, but in knee-high socks.
It was a kit from Eat, Sleep, Knit yarn shop online, and it's Lorna's Laces
yarn.
Yep, shepherd sock, I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Shepherd sock. So it's, yeah, I don't remember the exact name of the pattern. Forgot to bring that over, but that would have helped. But anyway, so I'm going to make knee-high 4th Doctor Who socks.
Yep. And I don't remember right now either what the
Actual pattern name is? Yeah, no, I don't remember now.
I'll put it in the show notes though.
And then the earlier mentioned nephew seems to find it quite entertaining that I had this huge thing about unicorns when I was younger. Like,
He thinks it's very funny. Well, actually, he thinks it's very funny because now you're like, oh, really?
I still have a couple unicorn things that are like favorites that they mean something to me. You know, there's like a musical box, and it's actually a really pretty white unicorn musical box, and I got that from Uncle Reggie and Aunt Ruthie. It's Dad's uncle, actually, so it's great uncle. And his wife. And actually, and I have good memories of us, you know, we spent time at their house, and they're just really nice people. Actually, Aunt Ruthie is still alive. She's still a very nice lady. So, I mean, they're just nice people. So that's one of the reasons why some things have been kept.
But most things have gone away over time.
Because, you know, 35 years old, I don't need unicorn posters.
Now, that's a good way to scare away guys.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, my son thinks it's very funny that she liked unicorns, and so he almost always has to give her something unicorn related. So this is
yeah, so like the big ridiculous unicorn slippers that I got for my birthday, and then I think you guys found this one first. It's Knit Picks. It's their imagination line, which I actually have a few skeins of this.
I do too, and you know I haven't used it yet.
I did use it for I've used one, the Lost Boys colorway. I did the Old Man of Store shawl.
Okay.
And it turned out really well.
Yeah. Actually, I know they say it's sock yarn, but with the alpaca content and stuff, I haven't trusted it for socks.
No, I actually, and I don't know, I like it with shawls, kind of fuzzy shawl. So anyway, this is called Unicorn. Okay, happy fairy tale unicorn.
It's wiggling all over.
Sorry, fairy tale unicorn.
It's purple and turquoise and
pinks and yellows. And then we have, I took the tag off.
That's okay. This is Yarn versus Zombies.
Yeah. Emo unicorn. So sad, depressed unicorn.
And I found it and I asked him about it. He's like, yes.
And I started knitting it because I wanted to see how it was knitting up. So, just have a little bit of a toe.
So it has the variegated rainbow colors and then the dark stripe. And then the variegated rainbow colors and the dark stripe.
Yeah.
So that's from Yarn versus Zombies, and they're out of Australia, so we ordered that a long time ago.
And then I did, actually, I have the Knit to Flatter by Amy Herzog, which as a lot of people at this point know about the classes on Craftsy, and she does them in person, and she's really big on making sure you knit sweaters that fit and flatter your figure no matter what it is. And she has instructions in this book as well of how to take photos of yourself and kind of like draw lines on yourself to figure it out. And she has some nice basic various types of patterns in here. So and I am really into the whole sweater knitting thing now.
You're also smaller, so you can knit 2 sweaters to my 1 sweater.
Much yardage. So, there's that.
So I got this book for Christmas from my son, Spin, Dye, Stitch. And it has all different things on spinning your yarn, different types of dyeing, different ways of spinning. It goes from basics and then it has some more advanced techniques. And then it has even things like, how to use your hand spun and make a wreath, or adding it to things, or doing weaving. And they have things on needle felting, and there's a lot of various different types of things. It doesn't seem to go in depth on any one, but it touches on a lot of different things.
Sampler in a way.
Kind of, yeah.
I just wanted to show this real quick. This is actually I have two, I call them my Wisconsin besties, and we do exchange gifts. It didn't work out so well because one of them is sick, and the other one was like really busy right now.
She was working when I...
Yeah, so I did finally... The one that's having health issues, she wasn't able to stop by the house, so we exchange gifts. Usually we try to get together and have dinner or something together and exchange our gifts all at the same time. It just didn't work out this time, but... So I only saw one briefly, but the other one I did go out and met her at a bar, one of her bars. Actually, they serve local Madison brewery beer that I did not know about. I had a very good beer.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So anyway, the one that's having health issues, she's actually very much a crafter as well. And the other one isn't, but she really appreciates the handcrafts. So, and she's learning, she's been crocheting, but she's learning to knit. So she definitely made a knitted with the crochet flowers. And the sign says Hip Chicks Knit. So I just thought that was cute.
Yeah. I'll probably have to take a picture of it. I have no idea how good anything's showing.
Well, I have a picture of this too.
Okay, good.
So, but yeah, I just wanted to show that. My other friend gave me a couple little things, including my first Coach purse. I have a little Coach purse now. And it's like, ooh! If anyone knows what they are, they're a big deal.
So, the last thing that I got, and then she has stuff to tell you about that she did with Mom. Best friend got me 3 braids of Malabrigo Nube, which is their new roving. So it's 100% merino, 4 ounces. And so he got me 3 of them, so I have 12 ounces total. He actually just tried to order me a 4th one, but he hasn't gotten a confirmation from the Loopy Ute yet that they took his order or anything.
Interesting.
Well, we don't know if it has to if there's a human factor, because he ordered it late last night.
Oh.
And I don't remember on the Loopy U if they have an automated thing or if they wait until a human looks at them. But anyway,
I don't know.
He ordered another one because I was trying to look and see like how much yardage do I normally get for weight, and just trying to judge. And it really looked like I wouldn't be able to do. I could probably do a t-shirt sweater if I have 4 of them, and I can't if I have 3 of them. It just wouldn't be enough. So I think I can spin enough to make a t-shirt sweater, and I picked one from Knitty.
Yeah, Mom showed me
Yeah.
the pattern you were looking at last night. I think it was last night.
Yeah, it must have been, because that's why I sent it to her. So,
okay, the fun experiment that Mom and I did, snow dyeing. Dyeing yarn with snow. I actually did post this whole as we went on Instagram, and then I showed it on Plurk. I did it on Facebook too, but and I actually do plan on doing a more detailed write-up, because I do have a written blog that
she barely posts on it, but she has one.
I do. Actually, I was going to write about, I'm moving to Virginia. That's going to be kind of silly with the title of Knitter in the Desert, because I'm not going to be in the desert anymore. But anyway, so I will write it up, because I did take a lot of pictures and whatnot. So, pretty much you start with the same, your dyes and your yarn. Mom did cotton yarn, 100% cotton yarn, because she's allergic to wools and such, so she decided on cotton yarn.
Yep.
The Ultra Pima from Cascade. She found this, it's called Dye For Me Baby Llama Glow. I think it's from Plymouth. I think I was saying it was alpaca, and I was like, oh, whoops, it's It's llama. So it's 90.
I did the same thing and Mom kept correcting me.
It's 95% llama with 5% stellina. So it's sparkly llama yarn. So with mine, we picked acid dyes. I had a bright yellow, a russet color, and brown. And then for Mom, she just got a tie-dye kit, because, you know, cotton tie-dye kit. So the standard dyes that you use with that. And it's just the primary colors, red, blue, and yellow. So you get the yarn ready like you would anything for dyeing.
Although you guys didn't soak it in vinegar.
No, but Mom's cotton yarn takes a different process anyway.
Yeah.
So hers was a lot more. You know, see, she was reading that sometimes when you soak yarn in vinegar beforehand, sometimes that ends up repelling the dye type of a thing or something. I don't know.
It doesn't make it blend. So if you wanted the colors to stay more separated, you would soak
it in vinegar. We didn't.
When I was telling Mom when I was at the Unique Sheep Retreat a couple of years ago, we soaked everything in vinegar before in a vinegar water mix, not.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not a dye or
straight
something.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah, not straight up vinegar too. Yeah. Anyway, but I just soaked mine in water, and I think because I've played with dye before, and I don't think I've pre-soaked my yarn in vinegar either before. I don't remember now.
I don't know. Most of the instructions I was reading were talking about the vinegar bath, even the microwave wraps and all those.
Yeah, I know I've used it. I just don't remember where in the stage I did use it.
I don't know, because you did.
But
it doesn't matter.
No, I got a result. Anyway, so mine I just soaked in water just to get it wet, because you do need it wet.
Yeah.
So you just, we decided to do it in the basement because things could drain. We had this whole setup. One mesh, we had random mesh that Dad got. We have no idea why, but Mom bent one over the basement
He
sink.
used it to sort the dirt.
Yeah, no, this is not for sorting the dirt.
Oh, then I don't know.
No, because there's like different sizes. No, this is not his sorting the dirt screens.
Oh, then I don't know.
We don't know what it was for. We have no idea. And then there's Mom put the basement drain. So you basically get a layer of snow, put your yarn on the layer of snow, and then more snow on top. And then you put the dye on top of the snow.
And then slowly as it's melting, the dye is sinking
in. It's a very, very long process waiting for the snow to melt.
Mom said it was interesting and yet a little like watching paint dry.
Yeah. So...
And she's pretty sure that the neighbors think you guys are crazy for bringing shovels of snow into the house.
I don't know if any of the neighbors saw us or not, but yeah. So that's probably the downfall. And plus we had in the basement, which is not the warmest place, so the snow is not gonna melt really fast down there either.
But it was the only place where you had nice drainage.
Yeah, because with the dyes you don't want it to, because we tried to make sure it, because you can't have the dyes go into dirt or anything. They're bad for the environment. And they really are. So we had to make sure to do that. It wasn't, really with Mom, we really thought she was going to get Jerry Garcia puke. Because, like when you were looking at what the colors were on the melted snow. And mine, it was like, I don't know what we expected. But anyway, we finally got tired of waiting and we ended up just pulling our yarn out.
Which is probably fine.
Yeah, it is. And kind of let them and mine, and she pulled hers out. Mine, I just took like most of the snow off and dumped it into the sink and then kind of let it melt a little bit more. And then you just start the after process of dyeing and doing the appropriate rinsing and soaking and setting or whatever. I was up till 2 in the morning.
And they show your colors?
Yeah. So mine turned out to be, and I did take pictures of this as well, this salmon-y pink color.
And what colors did you start with?
I did yellow, and then I drizzled the russet, and then I did a brown. And it does have, you can sort of pick up some of the brown tones in there. They're certain areas are a little tanner than other areas, but overall mine's a very tonal yarn.
Yeah, it's a very tonal, peachy color.
Yeah. It's very pretty, and the llama is very soft, so this will be probably a large cow, I'm thinking, of some kind. And since it is tonal, I could do a more pattern type thing with it.
Yeah, because it'll show the color won't detract from the stitches.
Because it is tonal.
Yeah.
Mom actually got, basically hers came out pink with, there's one that's like a little more orangey pink to a more of a purpley pink, and there's like blips of like lavender colors, and some of them, and then
came out much prettier than I think she thought it was after a while.
Yeah, it did, and like some yellows and the other one, so and there's like little blips of green in there, so hers is more variegated, but it's not in your face variegated. So we both got very pretty yarn.
Yeah. Mom said she'd do it again now that you kind of know how it reacts, and
it would be interesting if you did it again with the wools to like soak it in vinegar beforehand and see what difference would it like, because we saw like on some of mine like there was like really distinct brown spots initially, but it all kind of like blended throughout, so maybe you would get more of the
it'd almost be
colors.
interesting to do two, if you didn't care that they weren't going to match, do one soaked in vinegar and one not, and then do the whole thing and just see what
happens. Yeah, that's a good idea. So anyway, we decided to do this because both Mom and I were together and there was lots of snow.
It's something they had seen and they wanted to do, and they've never had.
Mom found about it first, and
because I think somebody asked about it at the store,
maybe.
Anyway, so Mom knew about it, then she told Tiff about it, and then they wanted to do it, but they didn't have the two of them plus Snow with Dye at the same place at the same time.
But we did. Actually, Mom and I had lovely mom-daughter time this whole last 3 days. We did various things each day, so snow dyeing was one of them.
Yep.
Staying up till 2 o'clock in the morning was not, I don't stay up late. I used to be a night owl, like her and AJ, but my work doesn't let me be a night owl anymore, so.
Well, if you didn't have it, you probably would eventually convert back, but.
Oh, I would. Yeah, I totally would become a night owl again. It's not, but I can't. I have to work normal people hours.
First you have to drive 36 hours.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Although your hours are probably going to shift one way or the other anyway, because you're changing 3 time zones, 3 time zones?
Yeah, because I'm in Pacific, I'll hit Mountain, Central, and then I'll end up in Eastern.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, the first couple of weeks is probably going to feel like you're getting up really early while you adjust.
Yeah,
well, that's enough of a...
That's a big change, yeah. That's partially why I've been trying not to get up too late when I am home, so...
Yeah.
I'll just start making sure I'm up at like 6:30 here soon, just so it's not too horrible. But yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, so that was the snow dyeing experience. I did take a lot of pictures of it.
Yeah, she did. So we're going to have a bunch of pictures at the end, and I'm sorry, there's probably just going to be a chunk of silence because I've been having trouble finding music that, just in case anybody's wondering, the iMovie has free music you can use, but they're all about a minute long. And I get annoyed after a while because they start repeating and they're really kind of boring. But when I was putting in commercial music, sometimes it won't play in other countries because it gets restricted. And so then other people are like, well, it didn't post, or they can't play it, it doesn't show, and it's like, oh, it got restricted, and it's just more of a pain than it's
worth it.
Yeah. Blip doesn't seem to care, but YouTube definitely does. And YouTube makes you makes you click something saying that you recognize that you don't own the copyright, and then I have found that sometimes it will make it. There's been at least one episode where Eric couldn't play it on his phone because it was copyrighted, so you could see it on the computer, but you couldn't watch it on the mobile device. It wouldn't do it.
Interesting.
And I looked it up, and it said, yeah, there's. And then I have no way of checking ahead of time. Yeah. And it's just not worth it. So I'm sorry, you're probably going to get a less silence because I just don't have the energy this week to deal with it. strategy will either go into that or into show notes, and show notes are more useful, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to have the music, but it's like,
Yeah.
it's a bonus type of a thing.
I don't like the long things of silence, but at the same time, like I said, it's just becoming...
Yeah.
I need to find... I looked at some things that were like license free, and then they really wanted like $80 to use one song. And I went, yeah, I don't think so. So, and I know there's places to do like podcast free, but I haven't figured out they come as MP3s, and then I can't put them on, I can't figure out how to put them on the iPad, so then I have to move everything to the computer, and then it's more work than then I just got irritated and decided I wasn't doing it anymore.
Yeah.
Or at least not doing. And when I have them embedded in within, it's not so bad. But when we do this and they're all at the end, it's kind of.
Yeah, well.
But okay, I think that's all. We're supposed to head to dinner.
Yep.
So we will talk to you next time.
Well, she will.
Well, okay, yes, I will talk to you next time. She won't.
Nope.